I never intended to freeze the entire room. All I wanted was to slip into the back row unseen, just another ghost in the family history they'd rewritten me into. But life snaps when you stretch it too thin, and mine gave way the moment her drill sergeant sharp gaze locked onto me. "Hold on, you're him?" The word him hung there, half-fired, trembling like a trigger waiting for follow-through. My father's jaw locked. My sister's smile dropped. Every whisper choked off mid-sentence. I stayed perfectly still, eyes forward. Silence was the weapon I'd honed for years. There was a time they called me the bright one. My father never missed a chance to boast about my scholarships, my discipline, my future. My sister admired me. My mother once said I was the quiet backbone of our family, before the divorce, before the fallout, before they needed a villain to bind themselves together again. So when my ex-wife lied in court, when she crafted her trembling lip performance and cried tears she manufactured, it was my own family who nodded along. They never questioned how quickly they turned against me, how easily they swallowed every false word. They wanted a culprit for her betrayal, and I was convenient. They told everyone I'd failed. Failed my marriage. Failed my career. Failed them. They carved the accusation into me with their silence. It started small, my sister ignoring my texts. Then my father offering clipped, lifeless phone calls. Rumors drifted back through mutual friends. My family was telling people I'd gone off the deep end, that I'd lost control, that the court's ruling proved it. The very judgment they helped shape. But the deepest cut came when I found out they attended my ex-wife's engagement party, celebrated her, toasted her, posed beside her in cheerful photos. It wasn't heartbreak that hit me then. It was understanding. I stopped waiting for them to return. I stopped expecting apologies. Hope is a luxury reserved for the naive. I replaced it with discipline. I didn't lash out. I didn't confront them. I didn't defend myself. I simply watched. While they assumed I was ruined, I rebuilt quietly, deliberately. I completed my cybersecurity degree, accepted a classified role, earned commendations. Nothing dramatic, just progress sharp enough to cut iron. Yet I shared none of it. Let them believe their own story. Let them broadcast it. Lies are excellent cover. So when I heard my sister was leaving for basic training, the same sister who told people I was unstable, I made my choice. I would attend her graduation. Not to celebrate her, but to let the truth walk into that room wearing my face. I arrived early, dressed in my formal uniform, the one my family didn't know existed, earned through years of effort they'd never bothered to ask about. I sat in the back, steady and silent, a shadow among strangers. As certificates were handed out, I spotted my father laughing, proud and engaged, everything he'd never been for me. The irony almost made me smile. Then the ceremony ended, and her drill sergeant, a broad-shouldered man whose authority seemed etched into him, glanced in my direction. His eyes widened. Recognition hit fast and hard. He marched straight toward me. "Sir," he said, voice carrying across the room, "I had no idea you'd be attending." My father turned, baffled. You know him?" The sergeant nodded. "Of course. Everyone on base knows Major Hale." A cold gasp rippled through the room. My sister stared like she was seeing a ghost. "You're a major?" I met her eyes. "4 years." My father's throat worked. "Why didn't you tell us?" "Because you never asked." I rose slowly, intentionally. The truth weighed heavier on them than any accusation I could speak. The drill sergeant cleared his throat. "Ma'am," he said to my sister, "your brother's team is the reason half our tech infrastructure stays standing. He's one of the best we've got." Color drained from my father's face. My sister's pride warped into embarrassment. And just like that, the entire room was staring at them, not me. "Perfect." I stepped closer, my tone steady. You wanted a failure, I said. So you stopped seeing me the moment you convinced yourselves I was one. My father opened his mouth. I lifted a hand. Don't. You made your decision years ago. Today, you sit with it. Their silence was sweeter than forgiveness. I walked out before they could answer. Let them chase the truth on their own time. Let them drown in the realization that the sun they discarded rose without their help. Revenge isn't always destruction. Sometimes it's success they never saw coming. Sometimes it's walking away while they finally see you clearly. And sometimes, it looks exactly like this.